Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for January 19th to February 2nd. We're going to talk a little bit about polar vortex. You can see these are the winds that are occurring in the stratosphere, and you can see that they're still fairly strong. Here's a look at the temperatures. The green is the average. And it's showing some warming, but it's going to be slow to occur because of these stronger winds. We're going to take a look at a 3D image of the polar vortex, and we're going to go through, skip around several days. It's still staying pretty circular, and on the other side of the pole, it seems like it wants to stretch out later in the period. You can see here. And that could cause some weakening of the polar vortex, but it remains generally north across the Arctic. And, excuse me, and so it becomes a little elongated, so there might be some weakening occurring after 384 in time. I was reading something else in the meantime, but it shows some stretching, so it could occur later in the period because we're still expecting a change in the pattern, and it might. I'll get into that, but we're going to look now at the period for January 19th to the 23rd, and you can see this is what we have. We have our Eastern Pacific Ridge trough here in the west. And we have a west-southwest flow or westerly flow here across the eastern states. Now, with the building ridge, and then we have a positive tilted trough here in across the the west central states, and this will bring episodes of rain and mountain snow spreading through the northwest and east and southeast in the Rockies, along with below normal temperatures. And we'll take a look at that at the surface. We go to the 19th. You see here's one system going through the east. And then we have another system coming into the west. You can see that. And then followed by another succession. Now, in the meantime, this will cause temperatures to be above normal in the east. Quite warm for this time of year. Temperatures will remain below normal in the west and the plains, with anomalies could be greater than 20 degrees 15 degrees below normal in some locations, and then the east, as I said, will remain mild for this time of year, with the mild anomalies reaching 20 degrees above normal in some location. Looking at the period for January 24th to 28th, the flow remains generally unchanged. You can see we have our ridge here over the East Pacific, still have this trough in the west, above normal heights with a westerly flow across the eastern states. So for this forecast period, I'm calling for below normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be near 15 degrees above normal, mainly here. And then we have above normal temperatures for this region, but the anomalies could be near 10 degrees or more above normal. For precipitation, calling for, is this the right map? Yep. All right, below normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence is near 35%. And then we have above normal precipitation here, and the probability of occurrence remains near 35%. Now we're going to look at the period for January 29th to February 2nd. And most of the models are showing a broadening of the trough here across much of the country, but it seems like it's still centered across the west central states. We still have this ridge that across the Caribbean, westerly flow here in the west, above normal heights here across the Arctic region. So that's a sign of a change that we could have coming up after this period. So for this forecast period, I'm calling for below normal temperatures for this region, and I'm calling for numbers to be greater than 8 degrees. Could be 8 degrees above normal, mainly here, near normal elsewhere. And for precipitation, yes, below normal precipitation forecast here, above normal precipitation forecast for this region. Probability of below normal precipitation here is 35%. Probability of occurrence for above normal precipitation is near 40% across this area here. So that's the long range weather forecast discussion for January 19th to February 2nd. Thanks for coming, Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.